Financially preparing for healthcare is so difficult because there's no set price tag for any one person. It's very different than the idea of buying a home or paying college tuition. It's definitely a moving target. So what I recommend to people do in this is to just start with the basics of understanding how to cover healthcare expenses and then back your way through the rest of it. So top of mind comes health insurance. We all need it. Most of us have it, hopefully, and there's different ways to obtain it. For instance, you may already have this right now through an employer. You may be grandfathered into an employee plan once you retire. You may go on to Medicare, or you may decide to contract directly with a health insurance provider. The decision to move to something like an assisted living or 55 plus community, that is certainly not covered by health insurance. But what it may be covered by is something like long-term care insurance. So as you decide on where you want to go in your retirement, whether it's in the beginning, middle, or end, now's a good time to start thinking about what type of insurance you need, what it's going to cost you, and then figure out what your preferences really direct you toward. So for instance, you may run a financial plan and find, hey, I got some quotes for health insurance and long-term care, and I find it affordable, I find it beneficial, and now let's get into the weeds as to which type of policies I want to get. Others may run the numbers and say, hey, I don't know that I'm going to get much out of this, so I think I'm going to take a pass. But I think it's really important to make that decision right now as opposed to have that decision made for you. I think it's very empowering, and I think it gives you your most options. Lastly, I think it's important to talk about understanding all your resources and making sure that you understand that you have equity in your home if you're a homeowner, that you understand that you have value in terms of your relationships and your family, and make sure you leverage both of that. Too many times I see financial plans run where it's assumed that the house is kept until age 95 and that spending is the exact same until age 95 and that healthcare costs are all layered on top of that. What I find to be true is that spending really reprioritizes as we age, and that's true for anybody at any stage of life. So it's certainly no different for elder care. So don't fret if you've seen a financial plan where it's assuming really a worst case scenario in terms of having all your equity tied up, having all your spending remain constant and inflating, and on top of that, having the worst case scenario of health issues at the very end. Really take a step back and have a very candid conversation with your trusted professionals and your family about how you envision your healthcare needs being addressed, and use much more accurate numbers in terms of what's going to be spent so that you really feel comfortable moving forward in any kind of transition, and you feel confident in making a new buy-in, picking a room, whatever it may be.